Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Fortnite Everything Podcast. I am here with PBJ. What is up? There we go. What's going on? We're going to be talking about Fortnite What If today. We're just going to be like, of course, podcast style, long form. We're going to be taking a look at every single little piece of the storyline, starting from the very beginning and saying, just coming up with random ideas. And we would love to hear from you in the comment section down below afterwards if there's anything that we missed. First of all, we're going to start off with Fortnite Season 3, the meteors coming down. Like, what if this happened? What if that happened? That's where we're going to go for today. And part 2 is going to be over on PBJ's channel. PBJ, do you have anything else to say before we get started?
Well, you said to comment. Make sure to comment your parts. Like, if we missed a what if opportunity that would be better than what we said, then tell us in the comments and we'll talk about it next time.
Yeah, we could do that, actually. Ready to go?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right. So the first thing that happened in the storyline was the meteor showers in the sky. I don't think there's anything that we could talk about for this, though, because, like...
No, unless if you're like, what if the meteor never landed?
No, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. Remember, like,
oh, the small ones?
The little teeny ones, and, like, the shooting stars or the meteors would be coming down to the map. You know what I'm talking about?
I remember this slightly.
Slightly? Like, I remember them, too. I remember... Oh, like it was an absolute blast. But there's nothing on the map that it could have hit, right? Like where it's like this would have changed anything because the visitor wasn't there building the rocket. Nothing really, right?
Unless if like hit the 0 point or something, but that's not.
But it couldn't. They were just really tiny things. And like you could hit like Bright Bomber in the face, then she would have never loved Drift.
She just never ended up with him.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a cool little storyline. We'll get to that later, though.
Yeah. So other than that, we had the actual storyline, the visitor and the meteor crashing down. I guess you could start off with something simple like, what if the visitor wasn't there?
Yeah, it was just the meteor.
What if the visitor ran out of oxygen in the space on his way in?
And you open it up and he's just...
yeah, he's just collapsed. Like, he just falls out. Like...
yeah, you open up the little...
It'd be like, oh, that's weird, and the loop would come forever. What else happened that season? We had the whole superhero stuff.
Okay, so we had the rocket. That's like
at the end of the season, though.
Yeah.
I guess we could talk about it. It's like a whole part of a season, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. Was there anything we could talk about before? Because like Omega and everything like that, that was just a little movie script thing.
Yeah, but it also was a distraction, kind of like Ghost and Ghost and Shadow. So if like maybe that never happened, then...
I think it played a part in the visitor having a rocket in the first place. So
where did he get that rocket?
Either he built it or it was part of the movie set. No, I think the movie found it and used it.
Did they? Why am I remembering that incorrectly then? Regardless, so it was a big distraction. So you could say, like, what if the distraction didn't work and the IO caught onto the visitor building the rocket instead of paying attention to, like, Omega and then Carbide fighting each other, right?
That's true.
They could have stopped the visitor, then Sloan would have taken him away, and then I guess, like, the rocket would have never launched. We would have never gotten Season 5. And then we would have never gotten Fortnite. There's so many things that happen where it's like, this would have never happened. So, actually, to be honest with you, let's say they did capture the visitor, right? That could mean like the whole part of the 7 comes to the island early.
Yeah,
to save him. Could you imagine?
I could imagine like the Foundation coming.
Yeah,
the scientists came later anyway. Wait, how did the scientists get there again? Was it the
scientists?
Was it the rocket?
Crap.
Again?
The scientists.
I think it's the meteor as well.
Yes, because there was another meteor in the sky, or is that the same meteor? Because I remember like the whole Season X thing was back in time.
I don't.
Did they come in from another reality? Oh, I used to know that.
I think they just came and then like
he started building another rocket.
Started building a rocket.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember? Because people back in the day when the voice lines came out, we didn't know it was the scientist right away. Everyone thought it was the visitor building the rocket. It's like, oh my god, the visitor's building the rocket again, but the visitor wasn't even there.
Yeah, we were just like, bro, the visitor got fat.
Yeah. Well, we didn't see the scientist though, right?
I know. Yeah, until a while.
We just saw the paradigm.
Okay. Back to Season 4. What if the rocket never like rifted to the sky? That would cause stuff in Season 5 to be different.
That just wouldn't make Season 5 happen at all because then stuff started rifting in with Season 5.
Well, Season 5 would happen, just not the way it happened. Like, you wouldn't get Lazy Links or Paradise Palms or anything, but I'm sure the story would still progress, but there would just be no last reality, right? Because that's where the cube came from.
Yeah, the cube would have never spawned in the last... Did the last reality know about the island, like, before that?
I think they can't... Maybe the crack in the sky alerted them of it. Because, okay, so hear me out. In the Batman Fortnite comic, Batman sees a rift It's like a giant crack in the sky. What if that's what happened? What if the crack happened, and then it also showed up in like the Last Reality's universe, allowing them to send the cube to us?
That's
I don't know.
possible.
Maybe not.
What did they say? What the cube was for? They definitely did say it, but it was like scouting or something like that, or was it trying to find energy?
I think it was just trying to destroy the 0 point.
Destroy the 0 point? I thought it was trying to like find energy or something like that. Because it was rolling around and it slowly made its way to Loot Lake. You know?
I think it was trying to find the 0 point.
Well, it was definitely trying to find the 0 point, but like what for? Like, I guess who knows? But anyways, so yeah, Kevin the Cube would have never came in. The Last Reality would have had to find out some other way how to get here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, like you could talk about like also what if the rocket like didn't hit or actually did hit Tilted Towers? Because instead it created the rift. Like what if like the visitor just had like some sort of miscalculation or somebody shot the rocket while it was in the air, you know?
Oh, imagine just a
boom, piece would come
missile.
out, Tilted would get destroyed like we actually finally saw.
Okay, but what if the rocket did hit Tilted?
That's what I just said.
Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Hang on, my camera's extra dark.
There we go.
I don't
you need to get a stream light. You need to get a stream light.
I have a light, but it's dark.
No,
Maybe
a stream light. A stream light.
I think it's because of my window.
Hey, are we gonna get a PBJ outside reveal?
Vlog. Okay. See, it's dark.
I want to see it.
Okay. All right.
No.
See. Okay.
Vlog time. It's vlog time.
Oh. There we go. We're good.
I want to see a vlog. I want to see vlog. What's messy about that?
A cup.
A cup?
And some clothes.
I have my girl's Disney cup.
Oh yeah.
It changes color as there's coffee in it.
Okay, so you said, what if Tilted Towers got hit by the robot? No. The rocket.
What if Tilted Towers did get hit by a mech? But anyways, yeah. The rocket destroying Tilted, I feel like that wouldn't have really changed too much because then they could have, like you could, if the visitor built one rocket, the scientists just came in and built another rocket, I guess they could just build another rocket. It's like, oh, that one failed. We lost the city with all these people in it. Here's another one. But then again, Dr. Sloan and the IO and Agent Jones might catch onto him building a rocket that time around. So maybe the plan would fail altogether.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like half of these what if things are the visitor getting caught by Donald Mustard, I was going to say. The Dr. Sloan.
Yeah. I think you're right.
It's crazy how much, like, that particular season, like, just started it all. Because I feel like as we continue, like, there'll be more and more, like, different things we could talk about. But, like, this is just, like, this season. Hey, what's up, guys? It's PBJ, the vlog.
I'm trying to fix my camera.
What's wrong with it?
It's terrible. I don't know. Okay, we're good.
I keep telling PBJ before these things, he's, like, planning out, like, all these podcast stuff. I'm like, dude, you're thinking way too much of it. Way too much. It's, like, podcast style, laid back. We just talk. And he's like, okay, what? He was like, what if this? What if that? And I'm like, I don't want to talk about it because this would make for like a great conversation.
Oh yeah. Okay, great. So now I'm gonna hit you with a what if.
All right, hit me with a what if.
What if? Well, in season 5, all that happened was the cube.
Well, hang on. Before we get to season 5, though, there's nothing else about season 4 because you could like, no, the storyline with Drift and Bright Bomber didn't start till season 5. Nothing else was in season 4, right? It was just a live event. It was just the visitor building something. Right? Yeah. All right, season 5. So what were you going to say about season 5? Sorry.
Well, there's only one thing in season 5 too, and that's the cube.
That's probably the only like really important part because yeah, you had Drift, you had the golf carts coming down, but that's all like gameplay stuff, right? So yeah, like we were just talking about, Kevin the Cube never appeared. Nothing would change if he, like, zapped. And what if Kevin the Cube hit a different body of water and absorbed it instead of going to absorb in the 0 point? Or you could say that Kevin knew to go to the water with the 0 point because he was looking for the 0 point. So, I don't know. What if Kevin the Cube, like, accidentally rolled down a mountain?
You want to know what's interesting, though?
What?
How Kevin the Cube did leave runes on the ground, and then next season he used those with the floating machine, like the floating island. That was interesting because did he charge off of that or something?
Yeah, he was gathering energy. I think that's what the official statement was. But again, what else could you say about Kevin the Cube? Like, you could, like, what if IO came and tried to stop the cube? Could they have even stopped the cube? I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, no, because in season 7, whenever all the cubes came, Dr. Sloan said that we can't have another cube because that almost destroys.
Oh yeah, that's true. What if Kevin the Cube went over to Wailing Woods and just rolled over that IO bunker? Because there's only one bunker on the map at a time. There's 2 in season 7. I remember that. Yep, I remember that distinctively. I'm sure they could have found another way up, but there was only at that time there was only one bunker, only one spot for Dr. Sloan and the gang to come out. Imagine just the cube rolls on top of it, just zaps him on the inside, flood style. That'd be hilarious.
That would be funny.
Yeah. So then that's the way they can stop it.
The secret skin for season 5 was the Enforcer, which, in my opinion, he was looked over, but he shouldn't have been because he was an IO guard before. That's why there were 3 of them, all the same, because they were each just snapshots or whatever. Like IO guards are all the same, and they just rift in and rift out.
Dude, I forgot about the Enforcer. Would the Enforcer have changed anything?
Well, he probably did.
Well, that's because that's already what happened. So like, what if he didn't change anything? You know?
All right, what did he do? Well, we know we saw him through a drift loading screen, and drift was from our dimension, but he got superpowers or something when he came over. So maybe, I don't know.
I don't think the Enforcer had too much influence over the Fortnite storyline, though.
I think he was just a tease for the IO guards.
Possibly. But
somebody that enforces rules is an IO guard.
He wasn't an IO guard though.
No, but he was. He had to have been.
Why?
That was the early IO guards.
No way. Really?
Because he rifted in. He probably came to like stop something from happening. Maybe. I mean, he came around the cube time, so maybe he was coming to check out the cube, see if he could stop it.
No, I think he was from the police academy in the loop.
That's the IO.
I'm just messing with you.
Okay. Okay, so the cube came.
I got one for season 5. If we never had the Drift and Bright Bomber storyline, they would have never been together all those seasons. And then we would have never had that nice, wonderful speculation in Season X with the loading screen because it was them together, all buddy and pal, waving goodbye with the battle bus. So then people wouldn't have been talking about like, what's going on? Are we getting a new map? Oh my god, Donald Mustard's hinting at a brand new map.
That's true.
So that's something that they could actually have.
Okay, so what if the cube never came?
If the cube never came, because what followed the cube, right? We had the whole entirety of season 6, right, with the Four Nightmares stuff and the zombies. But that wouldn't change. That would only change the following season, as far as I know, because the Caddis monster and the iceberg was still coming, right?
Yeah. They came on their own.
Yeah, so the cube not coming. What else did the cube do? I don't think it did anything else, right? Oh, well, because of the live event in season 6, did it expose a 0 point? No.
Actually, I wonder. Okay, so here's a question. It's not really a what if, but just a question. So you know how there was the vault, right? That's what the monster tried to break through, and then the Mac did break through and grab the 0 point, right? But before, we didn't know that was there until the whirlpool came there, and then we eventually dug that out, right? In season 8 or whatever.
Yes, but that doesn't mean like the monster wouldn't know about it.
No, but like what I'm saying is that like the cube went there, but like would it have? Was the vault there before, or did it get built by the 0 point after the cube came?
No, because the IO had to have built the vault.
Was it by the IO though?
It had to have been.
Because we know the singularity was there, and I guess the singularity probably was with the IO.
Yeah, probably. But she, like, the 0 point created the loop to protect itself, right?
That's true.
Why would it need to create a vault, a big metal vault? That has IO written all over it. With the keys and stuff.
I don't know.
So I don't think that Kevin the Cube not coming would have changed much. Maybe, like, the last reality would have had to find another way to come, but at least, like, in the following seasons, nothing would have changed because let's say like the rest of the storyline, the Caddis monster still comes. He still has that fight with the singularity. The 0 point's still exposed. Reality's destabilizing. Bang, the 7 needs to come and save the day.
You're right. We wouldn't know. Nothing would have changed except we wouldn't know about the last reality in the cube.
Yeah,
which was important. We did gain a really good connection with the cube, and then when he came back and he was bad, which we knew again, but
it would have just made the storyline a little weaker. But
yeah,
but everything would have still happened. So it's confirmed. Kevin the Cube useless. L. Kevin. I'm just
That's
kidding.
true, though. I didn't think about that.
So I don't think there's anything else up in season 5, right? Because then we can like really get into the storyline.
Season 6, though, nothing happened there really either. Besides, okay, so the last reality is season 5 and 6 because the cube came. Oh wait, no, that was season 5 actually. Bright Bomber went up to the cube and she saw Dark Bomber inside, right? And then eventually turned into
that was
Dark
like
Bomber.
a teaser, right? That was a teaser for the next season.
In my opinion, I took that as she turned into Dark Bomber somehow because we got in the game. So what I was thinking is that in the future we also saw Raz in season 6, and then we saw Bites, and I assume it's the same situation where like the Nothing can overtake it. The Nothing in the last reality can overtake them, make them like a darker version of themselves. But that's tough. Same way.
That's tough getting into the Nothing though, because we still don't know exactly what the Nothing is.
I know.
So I think at the very least, the last reality cube powers obviously can make people dark. But other than that, like if the Kevin was he introduced us to the in between. Leaky Lake came about, which doesn't really matter. You just have to dig a little bit more to get to the vault, right? I don't think and if Fortnitemares never happened, that wouldn't have been a big deal because they left after 2 weeks anyways, the cube monsters.
Okay, but I have a question. It's not a what if. We'll get back into what ifs whenever the storyline picks up again, but this is just a question I'm thinking. So, if the IO knew that the 0 point was there, why did they dig to find the vault?
I guess that's the only way to it. I don't know.
But why did they want to it if they're trying to protect it?
Yeah, I wasn't trying to protect it. They were trying to use it.
Why did they build a vault then?
To protect it. Maybe they...
Well, I think they had control over it because that's where the loop came from.
You're confusing me.
The loop is from the 0 point, but I think that the IO use it because we saw that in Imposters where they control the loop, make it for these people come and fight or whatever. But I don't know.
Yeah, okay, that just broke my brain.
Comment if you think you know the idea. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so for what ifs, I think season 6 isn't much either.
No, like it really picks up in season 7 now.
Season 7 and 8 were slow for storyline.
Hang on, how about this? Still season 6.
Okay.
What if the iceberg missed?
That'd be funny.
Just went past. Just went past. Or the island didn't stop it. It just tore through. Just kept going.
Half of the map goes away.
But then what's funny is we have the picture of how the loop is now, right? And it's just a big line, the map. It's like flat Earth. So the iceberg comes, it's crashes through the island and then just falls off.
That'd be weird.
Did my mic pick that up?
No.
It was some really sick dude in his car.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, so for season 7,
what if everybody fought Sergeant Winter as he came? Because he came in with the Infinity Blade and was charging, planes went through, and then they kind of took over the island. Sorry?
Yeah. Nothing.
Now, when did the Ice King come up?
Was
he just kind of there?
It was his Infinity Blade.
Yeah, was he just with Sergeant Winter? He just didn't show himself?
Yeah, I guess so.
So
I think Sergeant Winter's probably the guy that came to scout out or whatever.
What?
Oh, AIM was probably the scout out, though. Remember the secret skin in season 5?
Yes. Yeah, what if somebody killed AIM?
I don't know how that works.
So somebody reprogrammed AIM.
Yeah, just
it's go here.
I don't know.
But
there's not much for season 7 either.
Oh no, yeah, there is. What if you could dive in any storyline really? What if it was too cold and the ice never melted? Polar Peak wouldn't have been a thing. The Infinity Blade wouldn't have been a thing. I guess the Ice King would have been a thing. The Ice King would have never had his big winter, right?
Yeah.
The Fire King would have never gotten released, so we would never gotten season 8.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. What if the Fire King couldn't get out of the shackles? He was just stuck there, same kind of deal. What if the Ice King kept his Infinity Blade? Then we'd have a lot less crying in Fortnite.
That's true.
What if somebody took care of the Ice King? What if the Caddis monster broke free then? Because he broke free because of the meteor.
Oh, imagine though he did just break out and then he just got the 0 point.
Yeah, because then well, he would have had the same kind of a deal because he was what was
there was no mech. There would be no mech.
No, because the Singularity built the mech because the Caddis monster was just destroying stuff. But he took his sweet time.
Didn't she start building the mech whenever he got seen?
Probably.
Or was it when he was
Probably. My point was he didn't just break out and it's like 0 point. I'm taking it. You know what I mean? He started like chomping on some wires. He started smashing some houses and just hitting the water outside.
Wait, did he? Wait, was it like updates came and then the power lines were broken and stuff?
Yeah, there was like houses at Loot Lake was crushed, so he was getting closer to the 0 point, but I guess he couldn't find it yet. That's kind of how I took it.
Right.
Yeah, and then there would be like new footprints on the map.
That was cool. I forgot about the lead up for that.
It was really cool. Really, really cool. But then so if the monster broke out then, I feel like the same thing would have happened because he would have kind of done the same thing, just chewing on some stuff, looking around for the 0 point. That would have given Singularity enough time to build a mech. Because Singularity was still there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She had to have been. It's not like this. She just got birth or just got hired from the IO in Season 9.
She would have been there.
Yeah. So I feel like the mech would have still got built and the fight still would have went down. I don't think that would have really changed anything. It would have just happened earlier. Just maybe that wouldn't mean there's a volcano on the map. But if there's no volcano on the map, where would she have built the mech? I'm sure she would have found a spot.
Yeah, but also if there's no volcano, there would be no monster set free.
No monster what?
Set free.
Set
no
free?
Monster would
Why? No, but that's what we're saying. What if? What if the Caddis monster was set free in Season 7? So there wouldn't be a volcano. So you could argue this. Singularity built the mech in the volcano. It was hidden for the most part, especially during most of its construction. Maybe she wouldn't be able to get away with that because there were like no huge mountains to cover it. The Caddis monster would have came out and just destroyed the mech before it was built.
Maybe you're right.
Maybe Caddis monster would have won. What was he trying to do with the 0 point? Just eat it?
That's what I was going to ask. There's so many people and things that come. And then okay, so in my first opinion, I thought that the Caddis was on his side, but he's just not. He's kind of just like, I want power. I don't know.
Is he, or is he just an animal?
I think he's just an animal because, like Galactus, he had a point to come, and
he was
the
hungry.
Last Reality, they had a point to come, for real. But the Caddis, it's not like he was sent by anyone. He was accidentally brought whenever the Ice King showed up. And
yes.
The Ice King probably didn't even mean to come. I think whenever somehow the Ice Moon fell off and hit our place, and then the Caddis got set free. But the Caddis wasn't even supposed to be there.
What if the Ice Moon was just all intact?
Yeah, what if the Ice Moon never came?
Yeah.
Whoa, okay, that's a good one. Let's get into that. What if the Ice Moon never came?
Then
what there would be no.
Yeah, because Season 7
would have been damaged.
I feel like that would have just had more time for the Ice King and but then they would never even come to the map.
Yeah, what if it just didn't come? There would be no volcano, no ice biome.
Then I guess the last reality would just come because Kevin the Cube was going to Loot Lake in Season 6. And if nothing changed from Season 7 with the iceberg coming, the last reality might have just come to the island.
That's true.
Also, I apologize to put a little bit of a pause here. There's a TV upstairs. Let me know if my mic's picking it up, okay?
Okay, it's not for me.
Okay, good. Well, if it's not picking up for you, then we're good. Perfect. Okay. Sorry about that. So, yeah, then the last reality probably would have just come to the island earlier. But then if they came to the island earlier, would the events of Season X still happen? No, because the 0 point's not out. The scientists wouldn't have come. They wouldn't have rift beacons. I guess the last reality would have won and got the 0 point. Did they ever say what they wanted to do with the 0 point? Just
they want to make all power? The last reality.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Every other reality.
I remember. That's true. So other than that, that would have had some really big changes if the Ice Moon ever crashed down. I wonder what happened up there. Why it crashed.
It could have been with the visitor. Maybe the rocket came. No, that was before.
Yeah, no. The paradigm.
No, that was before. That was after.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe she had a base up there or something. I don't know. What? So what else? Is there anything else in Season 7 that we could?
I don't think so. Or 8, really. I mean, 8, the unvaulting, but nothing really storyline related happened besides we saw the 0 point.
Hang on. No, you could dive into what if Ruin actually had something to do with the Fortnite storyline.
Yeah, I don't know what he was even.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a missed opportunity.
I think he was just like, oh, he looks cool. He's volcanic. We'll do
Yeah.
it.
What else happened in Season 8? So we were building up to the unvaulting. You could say, what if all the loopers, which is the Fortnite community, never participated in unlocking those keys?
They just never dug down?
No, but you could do that too. I'm talking about, remember, like, they were called runes at the time, but people aren't calling them that anymore. They were floating little things.
Keys, I guess.
Keys, you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I streamed that, and like,
did you?
And I was like 12
That's funny.
because I was like,
Hang
dude,
on.
what is this?
I forgot my phone was plugged in. I want to show. Keep talking. I want to show people what it is, just because.
Okay, yeah, because a lot of people don't know.
I'm gonna do it horribly. Fortnite Season 8 keys, right?
Okay, so.
Yeah, keep talking. I'm gonna look this
but
up.
when we get to like Season 9 and X, not even 9. When we get to Season X, there's so many options we could talk about, bro.
I don't know what to type in here. Well, they're gonna have to use their imagination.
It was this big triangle-looking thing.
It wasn't a triangle.
Yeah, it was like boom, boom, but it was like 3-dimensional.
Was it? I'm remembering it being like 2 cylinders.
I don't know. There were like 5 of them around the map, and they all we had to hit them, and then they would all go towards the middle.
Yes. So what if the loopers / Fortnite community never participated in that? The vault would have never gotten opened. Would that have made a difference?
Did the vault close back up after?
I think it did.
Yeah.
Well, here's the problem, because the unvaulting event, once we came out of the unvaulting event, the volcano was erupting. Would the volcano have erupted either way? Was that just a big coincidence?
I think it was a coincidence.
Yeah, it was a coincidence? Okay, it probably was. So yeah, then the rest of the Fortnite storyline would have taken place.
Do you think, what if the explosion, the volcano never hit the...
That's another thing.
Okay, what if it never hit tilted either, though? Because then we wouldn't have gotten neo-tilted.
Yeah, that's true. Well, no, you could argue that they would have renovated anyways.
Yeah, okay, but I guess it was just because we went into the future. Okay, but what if we never, like, if the volcano never erupted, we wouldn't have got the iceberg broken so quickly.
Yep.
So Caddis wouldn't have escaped. We wouldn't have had
if it just... Hang on, pause there. If Caddis never came out, period, would that have changed anything? Like, if it just hit Snobby Shores, it went a little bit further.
It might have changed.
So season 9 would have came if they went all futuristic.
It wouldn't have been in the air. The 0 point wouldn't have been destroyed.
Yes. So, wait, was the 0 point out? No, it wasn't out in season 9. It was in the vault.
In season X.
Yeah, it was in the vault in season 9. So season 9 would have just been like a super duper happy time with futuristic people. We would have lived in a world like WALL-E.
It would have been the same season, just...
No, it wouldn't have been the same at all. It wouldn't have been the same one little bit.
Why?
Because Caddis would have never gotten out.
Well, yeah, but besides the end.
What do you mean? The end of season 9?
Yeah.
No, Caddis would have never been out because the volcano would have never woken him up.
Yeah, no, but like the gameplay would have still been around, and then like at the end there would be no event and there would be no season X, but that's it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So that would have huge implications on the Fortnite storyline.
Well, the storyline, yeah, but the game would play the same.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
So you could dive into like the unvaulting too. Like, what if I don't know, what if Singularity was inside the vault? That wouldn't really change anything, right? What if here? This is the transition. I got the transition to the next episode because we're approaching a half hour here. Guys.
Already?
Yeah. Guys, part 2 is going to be on PBJ's channel. You need to check it out. If you are an L and haven't checked it out, then thank you so much for coming to this video. Guys, here is the big question, okay?
All right, let's hear it.
We got another minute to go, so stretch it out. Okay. What if, remember in Singularity's desk, there were documents. What if we could read those? What if we knew what that was? What if we knew some sort of plan? What if somebody got a hold of them? Would that have changed anything?
I wonder. I don't know.
Because like I don't even know what could be on there. Because look at all of the stuff that came from Agent Jones having just some little thing on his desk in Chapter 2 Season 2. What storyline secrets could we uncovered? Could we have uncovered something with Bunker Jonesy? We could have seen like that could have like made for such huge things. Like I will tell it in just a second on the other side of PBJ's channel. Guys, we're going to call the episode there. Thank you so much for being here. PBJ, you're probably going to come to the next episode. I know a lot of you guys came over to the next episode, which I really appreciate, by the way. It's really, really cool to see all the love on PBJ's channel as well. So thank you guys for going over there. I see people coming over from PBJ's channel as well. So this is great that we're doing. We're going to continue this podcast. We're going to shoot to do it weekly. PBJ, do you have anything to say before we move into the next episode on your channel? It's going to be in the end screen, in the middle of your screen, right here. Outro.
Come on over, guys.
Come on over to PBJ's channel.
And not only will you get to know the answer to what we think about this question, you also get to hear about all the what ifs for Season X and some of Chapter 2, because there's going to be crazy ones.
The greatest Fortnite season of all time in Season X. PBJ, I will see you in a minute. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Click the link in the pinned comment down below, video in the middle of your screen. We'll see you there.